This is the Billionaire Journey podcast. Today is Monday, and I'm so happy that you decided to check up this podcast episode today. My name is Shola Matthew, and what we want to discuss today is if you don't have resources, make yourself resourceful. It's that simple. In fact, you could just close this podcast right now and then go to whatever you are doing because that is exactly the message we just want to pass. So, how do I mean by this? The first person that I got to see this particular words from is someone I respect, Richard Branson. So, the idea is this: you have probably seen a situation whereby you create a course, right? And then you see people saying, oh, please, I don't have money to buy this course. Maybe it's a premium course or it's a high ticket offer. I don't have money to do this. I don't have money to do this. Can you please help me? Uh, Help me. How do I get, or some people will even say, I can't afford it. Wrong use of words, right? So, in a situation like that you cannot afford certain things, why not make yourself resourceful? And how do you make yourself resourceful? Let me share a story with you. When I relocated to the UK, I searched for job, put in my CV to different places, but I didn't get job. And then at some point, I actually was invited for some interviews, but I didn't still get the job. In fact, there was a particular time I got to the last stage of the interview. I still did not get the job. Now I wish that I took the water that was offered me, or was it a coffee, a cup of coffee? Coffee. I wish that I had taken that water because I actually used my money to go for those interviews, and I still didn't get the job. So when I got back home one day, I was like, heck, I actually have digital marketing skills. I know how to build websites. I am resourceful. So how do I make myself resourceful? I went on Fiverr, I registered on Fiverr, and I created a gig on web design. That's the only one I created at the time. And before you know it, I got an order. It actually took some time because, in fact, I wanted to give up like, what, this Fiverr, is this working, or people are just saying, you know, their own. But I didn't give up. I will keep, checking Fiverr, sending buyer requests. I mean, checking buyer requests and sending people on Fiverr different things, just to tell them that I can do this, I can do that. Although that feature has now been removed on Fiverr, you don't need to send or check buyer requests. Now Fiverr kind of uses an algorithm to allocate you with someone who is most interested in doing your job. Anyways, eventually I got an offer, and then I was able to create a website for someone on Fiverr. And from there, it started moving, and I've had I think it's the fifth client that I'm working with right now, and it has made me some money. That is aside the money that I made from affiliate marketing, from speaking, and from all the things that I do, right? But I just wanted to do something, and then I made myself resourceful. It was at the process of making myself resourceful that I got a job. Then I got another one. Okay. Now, what am I saying? There are certain situations whereby maybe you are in that position where you want to get a particular course and you cannot afford that course. Let's say you want to enroll in a program, but you cannot afford it at the time. Now, instead of saying I cannot afford it, what you should be asking yourself is, how can I afford this? It is in that question that you find yourself resourceful. So, one of the ways by which you can find yourself resourceful is to go and offer your skill for free. for free. That is what we call volunteering, right? You go and volunteer for an organization or someone that you respect. And in the process of that volunteering, you might actually land the job that you desire. And then from there, you can get the money to enroll in the course. That is one. Another thing you can do is if you don't have any skill, which I hope that you will do, but if you don't have any skill, what you should do is you go to YouTube. You can learn how to design with Canva, for example. If you go to Shola Matthew at Shola Matthew on YouTube, right, you're going to see a lot of tutorials that I've created on monetizable skills, right? So, for example, Canva is one of them. If you learn how to create Canva, it could be carousels and all of that. You can offer them on platforms like Fiverr, or you can offer some people for free. Just say maybe somebody is celebrating a birthday, it could be a celebrity. Create a design, wish the person a happy birthday, and post it on social media. And then whenever somebody asks you, what are some of the jobs that you have done before? Maybe you want to create graphic design with Canva. You can just show them some of those things that you've done before. And who knows, from there, it is highly possible that that person hires you for that job. And then, when you start making money, then you now use the money to now invest in the course that you couldn't afford back then. That is just the simple way to go. I was in that position at a time. I couldn't afford certain courses. What did I do? I went and learned how to build website on YouTube, WordPress website, and then I started building website for people. And the money that I got from building website, I was able to invest it in the course that I couldn't afford, and that course has helped me a lot, even up to this day. So if you don't have resources, make yourself resourceful. Today is Monday, for instance. You're going to this week. There's someone who needs your help. Start by offering your skill for free. If you don't have skill, like we said, learn on YouTube. Offer it for free. Another thing you could do is you can teach people what you have learned. So this is the principle behind it. Learn, teach. Learn and teach. So maybe we can call it LT principle. So learn and teach. Learn web design, teach it. Learn graphic design, teach it. Don't learn all of this. I'm just saying that these are the examples of things that you can learn and teach. So when you learn graphic design, for instance, or you learn how to do podcasting, there are people who are more likely interested in learning how to design with Canva or whatever it is. Then you organize a class. It could be on WhatsApp, it could be on Zoom. Teach these people. You can even start by teaching maybe 2 or more people for free, then collect testimonials. And these testimonials that you have is what you now use, to market the other classes. So if you don't have resources, make yourself resourceful. I hope you learned something from today's podcast. I look forward to tomorrow's podcast, and I look forward to sharing more value with you. If you have any question at all, please reach us on social media. You can reach me on social media at Shola Matthew on Twitter, Coach Shola Matthew on Facebook, and D Shola Matthew on Instagram. And I'm also at Shola Matthew on TikTok, right? If this podcast has in any way blessed you, right? I'm feeling like a pastor right now. Preach on, pastor. Preach on, pastor. If at any point, maybe any of our episodes has blessed you, has offered you value, has transformed your life, or helped you in any way, please share this podcast with your friends. Let them also, get value from what you're getting value from. And I hope that you do share, because sharing is caring. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Billionaire Journey podcast. Please go to thebillionairejourney.com and subscribe to our newsletter. I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Bye.